Okay, so thanks for all the comments, as mentioned before, of how to sort out this sticking tool taper. Never really got anywhere. Nothing gave a definitive result, so still none the wiser really. So it's a bit of a last resort today, because I need to be making some parts and not just sitting doing videos all the time. I decided that I will just try and key up the inside of the taper. So I literally took some emery cloth and I run the spindle about 50 RPM, and I just put that on the end of a bit of bar and just rubbed it up and down while the spindle was turning. Done that for a few minutes, and now I'm just about to rough out a part. It's just taking a little bit off the top there with a face mill, facing that to size, and then yeah, once that's done, it's going to use the 16mm end mill again, and it is going to rough out the part. So we will now see after this. Let me just check my distances, because this is a first time part. And I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, so just making sure our heights and everything's good. Again, it's not roughing off loads. But this is pretty much the same sort of pace and width of cut and depth of cut that is on the other job. Not initially. Initially, it's only taken about 9mm. But once that outside step's gone, it's going to be taking, actually this one's going to be about 35mm depth of cut, but only a 1.5 or 2mm step over, I believe. Once this cycle's done, I'm going to turn it off and go home, because I'm cut short for time. I just wondered if maybe, if it is the taper that's causing the problem, which it could well be, because I have swapped over some of the tool holders, and didn't seem to make a difference. Pull studs, they're fine in that machine. Can't see it being different in this machine. I always use the same pull studs by a company called Amiga in the UK. They supply the pull studs, so they've always been good. So yeah, we'll see where we're at. Like I say, this is a huge load. It's not cutting fast, but it's taking off a bit of material. So this actually probably takes off more than on that last program. So we've got it on optional stop, and obviously as soon as it does stop, I'll press go and we'll see what happens when it changes tool. I won't keep you watching all this, we've probably got about 5 minutes before it actually gets to the tool change. So it's going to optional stop anyway, so I'll skip to that and we'll see if it actually changes tools. Okay, so we're nearing the end of this. There we go. Right, so just pause that there. You can see that's hogged out quite a chunk of material from what was there a minute ago, previously in the video. I'm not sure of the actual time frame of that, because I've turned the computer off now because I need to get out of here and go home. But yes, took all that material off, one tool, and it had a bit of a pop there, so there's a little bit sticking, but it's let it go. Now it doesn't seem That's only roughed out, that's not a finished contour on there. There's obviously a bit of a, just a bit of a deburr type piece there. But that actually let go of the tool. And that's the first time I've run a part for any length of time like that. Where it's actually successfully changed tools without sticking. So it seems that maybe after trying, covered in cooling splash there, it seems that maybe after trying everything, all the obvious bits and pieces, a little rub up with the taper with a bit of emery cloth, has given the best results. Now there's not to say that that won't stick in future when you're cutting something a bit heavier, but for the minute, if I can get away with that as it is, with running at that sort of speed, taking off that material without it sticking, then that's good enough for me, you know. And then in the new year, I could look at either getting this spindle rebuilt and having the taper ground. I'll put my new bearings in, and I'll probably do the rebuild myself, because if the bearings are 500 quid, I'll get some money together, get the bearings. Depending on what it costs to get the taper ground, if that's not too expensive, then I'll give it a go and do it myself, you know, because the difference, let's say the taper grind is, I have no idea, let's say it's £300 for a taper grind and 500 for the bearings. So it's going to cost me £800. The quote I've got for the other rebuild, professional, albeit, don't get me wrong, 2,850. So for a saving of 2,050 quid, I'll give it a go myself. But currently, I'm quite happy that this is now not fully stuck, as you see yourself. So yeah, fingers crossed, we are on the up. I've got to run 10 of these parts, so I'll keep you updated, but at the minute, that is the best result we've had. That's what's made the most difference. So yeah, any comments, post them below and let me know what you think. And yeah, cheers for watching, we'll see you again soon. I said that's the end of the video, but I thought I'd actually show you the part and we'll see what the finish is like as we're actually doing something proper on this one. Because obviously, maybe you're saying if you rough up the spindle with a bit of emery cloth, you know, obviously it was very light amount of rubbing on the spindle taper, but you don't want to make anything sloppy or loose. So the part's just finished. Everything looks good. One little bit there, which I think is a bit of a step over cusp that I might have missed during programming, but this is the first test piece anyway. So I'll dial that out, that little cusp, but for this one, I'll hand file it. So yeah, it's not too bad. I'm happy with the finishes on that. So yeah, if that's the case, a little bit of a rub up with emery cloth in the spindle. That does the trick. For the minute, as said before, we will have to live with it like that. So, second time, cheers for watching, we'll see you again soon.